Hello, welcome to our exciting day of writing lead sheets for ukulele. Or I guess not really writing them. I wrote the lead sheets. we are going to talk about how to turn them into more than lead sheets. And today the song is Let It Be by the Beatles. We've done Beatles the last couple weeks. We got one more week of them, and then we'll probably take a little mini break and play them all. Paste, shift, link, enter, edit. So I'm posting this on our website. Website's jollyrogerukulele.com. You should go there, pick up the sheet music, and pick up the daily schedule. Check out membership, all that kinds of stuff. And let me make sure this is working properly. Scroll. Highlight, bold, update, and patience, view page. And that should get us into the window that I'm already in. And let it be. Yep. Okay, works perfect. Let's go post it on Twitter because, that's what you do. jollyrogerukulele.com. Patience. Add the little logo. Downloads, TuffUke, Kick Your Fanny Friday, sheet music, and tweet. And there we go. Lead sheet is it's up. All right, so today let's get this set up. We've been working on lead sheets, spent a little bit more time on them than I had hoped we would spend initially because a pretty steep learning curve on how to get these things done. And today hopefully we'll go a teeny tiny bit faster. We're getting into a groove of how this stuff works, and theoretically everybody's getting where they can actually knock these out pretty quickly. So let's see. I'm going to go in and download my lead sheets for the lesson, and then after the lesson we're going to post up all of my final versions for the week. People have a chance to compare their version from my version. All right, should be right in there. There we go. Let's check and see over here. Download ukulele L, let it be cloud, let it be baritone, whoops, not that one, let it be baritone, and let it be ukulele. Download those guys. Okay, blink, plink, plink, and they're all down. All right, get out of this thing. Let's see, what else should I be telling you about? Tomorrow we are having Kick Your Fanny Friday. I have a new arpeggio. Well, it's not a new one. It's updated arpeggiator. The A flat for ukulele, E flat for baritone. And then we will be playing I Want to Hold Your Hand, Let It Be, Michelle, and Yesterday. So we'll have a busy day tomorrow. I know, Friday afternoons, right? For some of you, Friday evenings. Attendance will drop off dramatically, but I'm going to be here, and we may end up moving Kick Your Fanny Friday to Kick Your Fanny Monday. That's maybe a good idea. Maybe we'll talk about that. Well, let's find out how many rock stars show up tomorrow. May just be me. All right, let's see if anybody's made it in today. Michelle is in. Sound is good, beautiful here in Rockaway Beach, Oregon. Absolutely lovely. A little bit jealous. Red is here. I never just let it be. Here's the sound of Red today. This is the one. Not very nice sound for Red. Cindy, thanks for posting. Laroon. Yes, I got that post yesterday. I don't know why I wasn't there. I don't know. Anyway, it's up there now, Cindy. Ukulele learning. Sound is great. Nice to see you. Nice haircut. Very, very, very fancy. In from Massachusetts. Let's see. Pam in from Connecticut. I hope it is a great day for all. I hope everybody's having a great day. Good, right? TGI Thursday for Kat. Down in Texas. Sandy up in Upper Michigan. Good evening to you. Bruce out in Virginia, 89 and hot and dry. That's a pretty intense day out there, Bruce. I think we got to 81 here in Denver. It's a little bit overcast, pretty humid for us. If it's more than 12% humidity, we start to melt here. Linda's in from Colorado Springs. Rita in from Illinois. Steamy up there and near the Chicago area. Lynn in from New Jersey. Good afternoon. Do you have a low G uke you would recommend? I have the only low G ukes I carry are Cordoba, and I only carry them because they are built properly. I'm not a huge, I shouldn't say this out loud because I am a Cordoba dealer, but Cordoba, their upper end stuff is really quite nice, and the low G stuff, can I say that in a positive way? Their upper end stuff is really quite nice, and they build the low G ones similar to their guitar, and they're kind of on the pricey side, $500 or so, but you might check out the Cordoba low G ukes. The weird thing is on their website they don't specifically list them as low G. You just somehow have to know that, I guess, but yeah, I've had pretty good luck with them. I do not have any other low Gs that I carry or sell, and that may change. I think that Ohana will eventually come around and get a decent low G going. And of course, Kala has low Gs, but to be honest, I haven't played any that I would been like, oh yeah, you need to own this one. So Kala makes good product, and like Ohana, they're very focused in on that high G market. Lynn, why don't you toss me an email and I'll tell you which ones I have in stocking, so you can have a chance to go look them up and see if anybody in your neighborhood carries any of them. Low G, unfortunately, you have to build the ukulele stronger, which means they usually either way overbuild them or you end up in a pretty pricey category, $500, $600, $700 minimum type ukulele. Sandy will be here tomorrow. Okay, Rita, I'm looking forward to seeing your arranging. Yeah, so it'll be interesting, right? I've got everything done. As soon as we're done with class, I'm going to post everything so you can look it over tonight, compare it to yours, and so we'll make that happen. Jack and Barbara are in from Glenview. Hot and humid up there. Yep, good to see you, Jack. Cindy, Lynn loves her Kamaka. And when we say we love our Kamakas, we're also talking, $1,200, $1,500, $2,000. So, yeah, that's why I don't necessarily have an immediate recommendation for you. Poor Red. I know that was a terrible sound for Red. Sorry, Red. It's not really. Warren in from Sydney. Good to see you, my man. It's a morning there. And then Lynn. Let's see. Marianne, welcome in, traveling around. Good to see you. Amy, good to see you in from Denver. Let's see. Kay, I'm really happy with the Ohana Cutaway concert you converted. I didn't really convert it. It came that way. So, yeah. The Ohana Cutaway concert you converted. Oh, we should mention, I know what Kay's talking about. You can put a low G plastic string, make sure it's plastic on anything. You can put it on anything. I will tell you straight up that I don't think it sounds good, but you can try. You just get a set of low G plastic strings. Make sure it's fluorocarbon. You can put it on anything, but that plastic low G string is not really the sound you're looking for. You're really looking for the metal wound, and it requires a heavier duty bracing. But if you want to try low G, you can put a plastic one on anything. Okay, there. I think I need to clarify that. Low G is one of those things that there's a lot of words to discuss. I don't like plastic low G ukulele sound. I just think it sounds anemic. However, some people feel differently. Kay is one of those who has that setup like that, loves it, and and she's a good player. So there's the competing opinion. But when I think of low G, I think of a metal wound low G string on here, and you cannot just put that on any ukulele. It has to be built for that metal wound. Let's see, Diane's in from Denver. I live to offend Red. That is exactly the truth, except the opposite of that. Let's see, Lynn. All right, you bet. ukulele, a great day for me. The first 2021 brewing with a London style ale, best bitter. Very nice. Ukulele sitting there with his cup of home brew. It's all right. Let's see. Evelyn is in. She's traveling around, and nice, good job, making her own beer. Look at us being self-reliant on the things that matter. All right, let's grab this. Let it be, and let's see. Let's kind of get through it a little quicker today so that I can talk about tomorrow. And then we will after tomorrow we'll kind of take a little vote about something that's on my mind. Okay, so let it be ukulele lead sheet. Okay, so you got your lead sheet. Hopefully you had a chance to look at it. Now I do have to talk to you about one naughty thing I did here. Okay, I changed the melody by one note, and this will happen to you guys on high G ukulele. There will be times when a note just isn't going to fit on the ukulele, and so then you have to start thinking about how to change it. And when I point it out to you, you'll be like, well, yeah, that's terrible. But when you play it a couple of times, I promise your brain will be like, whatever, and it'll just let it go. It won't be a problem. Even your listeners, if you're playing this at any type of clip, they won't even notice. Okay, so I did change one note, and then it fits into a rational key on your ukulele. If you have a low G, I will show you why that won't matter for you. But if you have a high G, there's one note that I raised up in order to keep it in this key that's a reasonable, rational, easier to play key. If I don't do it in the key of G, then I have to start marching it up. And the very next key would be an E. Well, E's not good because then you're going to be with all bar chords. The next key up would end up being an F, if I remember right. No, it would be, let's see, E, G, G, B, G, D is at the fifth. So the fifth of E is A, and then the fifth of F. Then I would have had to go to B flat. I don't like that idea. So then I would be, by the time I got to another rational key, which would have been the key of C, then the top of notes are way down here on 15, and we don't like that either. So by changing one note, I'm able to keep it into a little bit more reasonable key. Okay, so let's run through the chords are not a challenge here. You got your G chord. When I find myself in D chord, times of trouble, E minor. Mother Mary, C chord, comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Right, you guys know the tune. And in my hour of darkness, there is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Let it be, let it be, whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Okay, that's it. Now, so there's nothing to the chords, and that's what we want, right? Occasionally it's okay to have a song that's easy to play. Now, not very often. I don't really like that. It's there's a joke they make on Big Bang Theory. Sheldon gets a new operating system. He goes, oh, the new operating system is much more user-friendly than the old operating system. I don't like that, and that's how I kind of that's how I'm positive you guys feel sometimes. At the ending of this is pretty complicated, to be honest with you. 27 through 30. Jump down and take a look at that. 27. The chords are dum 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 da da dum 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 dum. Right, those are your chords. They don't make any sense on their own. And so I went ahead and stuck down what I think is going to be your best choice for a TuffUke arrangement. I stuck it in the melody line because I'm going to leave it there, honestly. 7-8-7, okay, and then 5-7-6. That's your G minor shape up on 5, okay, and then slide it back to 3, and then a normal G chord, normal F chord, C but 0-0-3. D chord full on, C chord, and then wrap it up with a G chord. Okay, so that's how the ending's going to go. I don't see any other way around that, and it works, actually. I think it's kind of cool. So I gave you the ending. Now let's talk about how we put this together, and I think that by today, theoretically, things are going to be like, yeah, going to happen, no problem. Now you're recommending metal. We may have to chat. No, okay, I always have recommended metal. I have accepted the fact that some of you want to do plastic. Okay, but yeah, when you go to the metal low G string, it's a lot more expensive to get decent sound, right? And it's not that I loathe the low G plastic and I think less of you. I just don't think they sound as good as the metal ones. This is starting to sink in. Sandy says, it will sink in, I promise. Tankard and tenor, how nice. Just got in. Hey, Linda in from Vancouver, Nancy in from Florida. Guys, we have a very worldwide audience today. That's exciting. With Boni. Okay, all right, cool. I don't know what they're talking about. Let's go through. We're going to just do it straight up. We're not going to play the melody. The melody works, I promise. Okay, hit your first two twos. Okay, now you've got 0, 2 here because you've got your G chord on. Find my... And then leaving your G chord on, you're going to lift up your ring finger to get the 0. Myself in... Now here's where the problem is. The real note, if you have a low G ukulele, is 4 on the 4 string. That's the real note, okay? But if I keep that, to deal with that note, which we don't have that note on a high G ukulele, I've got to raise this up 3 keys, and it ends up taking what's a lovely 7 and runs it up to about 14 or 15. I can't remember. It goes way up there, and then we don't like that either. So in order to fix that, then I'd have to drop a whole bunch of stuff. So we have this one moment where it's going to sound a little wanky for one note at the end of measure 1, and then after that you will not think about it. And after you play it through a few times, you won't even hear it anymore. I promise. I change notes a lot. I don't always tell you guys. Okay, so if I'm playing that first measure and it's all a G chord, and then I'm going to hit the D chord. Okay, so the first part of that's going to be a little challenging. You might want to think about plucking it. And right at the moment, I'm not playing it well, but you'll see it actually sounds just fine. And then at measure 3, you put your E minor chord on. You'll play that through the whole measure, or hit the 0. And then at measure 4, you got a C chord, but it's a 0 on top. Okay, so do it like that probably. Open and then hit the 3, and then hit chord it. Okay, measure 5, put your D chord on. You're going to have to add your pinky when we get to the 3. And then measure 6, you got a D chord, but the melody's a 2, so just use a bar. Okay, and then at measure 7, you have a C chord on top of a 3, or underneath, well, along with the 3, right? So just play it. You can put 3 zeros along there. You could put a little arpeggio in there. And then G chord. Okay, so something in there. The tie will stay on the melody line, but as a TuffUke player, you're going to hit that first 3 with underneath the C chord, and then you're going to forget about that by the time you get to measure 8 when you have a G chord. Just drop that in there. That helps end the thought, okay? When we get to the pickup to measure 9, we're just going to repeat the idea again. So let's play a little bit. Okay, E minor and measure 11. Okay, so you got the whole first page done. Okay, not too much. That's one of the reasons we like this song, right? It's simple, and yet it's got great thought behind it. G chord at 13, pinky, D chord, but it's a 2, so do the full bar first. C chord, open. Decoration, G chord. Okay, then we get into the Let It Be's. Okay, E minor, and look, it lays in your melody note is already in the chord. How exciting. Okay, and then 2-5. Okay, D chord, way up on 7. Okay. You'll find a smarter way to do that, by the way. Probably doing, you know how we do B flat here? And if you move it up 2, it's a C. And you move it up 2 more, now it's a D. Well, look at there. 5, 6, 7. Pinky on the 7. And that's probably what you want to do. Okay? Because then you can just drop your index finger down. And then you got a B note with a C on top. Drives me bananas. That's what's there. Okay, and then a G chord in 20. Decorate it up. Okay, strum it. Pinky. 2. D chord at the bar. 2-0. C chord on the second string. Decoration. G chord. And then we're going to hit and it takes you back to the top of the song. Okay. Measure 25 would be the second time we come around. It's the same as 23 and 24 basically. And then get to 27. D shape on 7. Okay. G minor shape on 5. And then to 3. G shape. F shape, C shape, on the other strings, D chord, a full C chord, and then a strum on G chord to finish. Okay, so that's what you're working at. My version is almost exactly what I just told you to do. And if you are on low G in measure 1, instead of playing the upper 0, play the lower 4. I gave them both to you because you're now arrangers, and you should know the tragedies that are going to befall you from time to time, and know that they happen to me all of the time, and then I have to choose, all right, do I raise the whole song up to deal with that one note, or do I change that one note? Most of the time, I literally raise the whole song up to make sure that doesn't happen. But in this case, I thought, this thing is so nice on the ukulele in this key. If I just leave it just the way it is and fix that one moment that's not, you know, when you first encounter it, your audience will go, wait, that's not how it goes. But then they will have already forgot because you've already moved on to measures 2, 3, and 4, and they won't care. Okay. And just by replacing the D note with an E note, it works. Okay, and the only reason I used an E was because that's the previous note. When I find myself in times of trouble, right? You get this one moment where you're like, something seems fishy there. That's because the note's been changed. Okay, let's play through it one time. Ignore the repeats. I think we'll be fine. Then we'll stick it on baritone, and then I want to tell you what I'm going to do with this computer. All right, one time through, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3. C chord, G chord, pinky, D chord with a bar, open, C chord, decoration, G chord. Keep going. Two. E minor. 5, 6, 7 on strings 2, 3, and 4. Add your pinky on at 7. Hit the 2 5s. 0, 0, 0, 2. G chord. Decoration. G chord. Pinky. D chord. Second ending. G chord. And here's the big ending, 27. Okay, how do you think? I think it's sounds okay. I will mention, go to measure measure 9. Okay, measure 9. In the event that you just can't live with measure 1, you're just like, nope, he changed the melody, it's terrible. I offer to you measure 9 as a possible substitute. So at measure 9, everything is exactly the same. 2 2 0 3. 2 2 0. But instead, the Beatles went ahead and put a G note in there, which is what it should have been all along. So if you don't like measure 1 with a 0, change it to a 3, and then it mirrors what's going on in measure 9, and you'll be fine there. And if you listen to the melody, you'll see. So you could absolutely put a 3 in there instead of a 0 on that second string if that's driving you nuts. Any of those are perfectly acceptable solutions. The easier solution, buy a low G, spend $2,000, buy a low G, but make sure it has a metal wound right on the bottom, and then play a 4. And there's that. I didn't want to raise that up a full octave because it really did sound terrible. So I gave you a 0, but you could put a 3 in there on the second string also, since that's happening in measure 9. All of those are possible shots for you. Hey, Antonio, welcome in. Yeah, the arrangement's good. And so now you guys theoretically go home, sit down with your pencil, write out what you think sounds the best. Be experimental, be artistic, be brave, be ambitious, and then I'll post mine here in a little bit, and then pull mine out, look at yours, go through it measure by measure, see if you did some. Mostly you'll have done exactly what I have done, because that's how we play. That's not where I'm not delivering you some secret message that only I thought up. This is how music is done. And so you'll find places where you may have under-chorded and other places where you may have over-chorded, and so I think a nice mixture of chords versus melody sounds really nice. Now, I do want to switch over to the baritone real quick because one, it sounds super cool, and two, from a ukulele standpoint, these are pretty nice chords as well, and so you should be able to play right along with me. Let it be baritone. D chord, A chord, B minor is the only one that you might not remember right off the bat. When you don't remember a chord right off the bat, you can pretty much guess it's going to be a bar chord of something further down. So if you're like, all right, I don't remember what B minor is, but I know what A minor is. So A minor is here, so that means B minor has to be here, right? Okay. If I go along, hopefully you know your D, hopefully you know A, or A, you're like, oh, I don't remember A, but I do remember B flat. So if I get rid of my bar and get rid of it, then well, there's my A. So the B minor is the only one you might not immediately have in your head. F sharp minor down at measure 27. I don't remember F sharp minor. But I sure as heck remember, well, let's see, F sharp minor, what's E minor? Oh, here's E minor. I could do F sharp minor. I could just move these up too, but it's not a bar chord, so I can't play this top string. I could play that sound. All right, so experiment. When you don't know a chord, try to guess what it's going to be first, right? Find a similar chord either just above it or just below it. So you know what G minor is, right? So F sharp minor probably goes here. but I run out of notes, right? So that doesn't work. If I go below it, I got a C minor here, which means this is D minor, C minor. Oh, look at there. D minor, E minor, F minor. That's pretty far up. That might not be great. What about D minor? Oh, D minor I know. If I move it up 2, it's an E minor. If I move it up 1, it's an F minor, right? So, versus... So that's how I find the chords a lot of times when I've forgotten, like, oh shoot, what is that one? I just start fishing around for my other chords and start doing my piano math to make sure, to hopefully find it. And then when that doesn't work, I pull out my chord chart. Okay, I have a low G, but like your adjustments to 3 instead. Yeah, right. I mean, even when you have a low G, sometimes we don't play this with string a lot, and so who knows? Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. I'm thinking my beer budget is saying baritone. I'm not trying to sell baritones, guys. But I end up selling a few. On this one, you'll notice measure 1. I don't have to make that decision because all baritones have that low note on there, so I did not have to change that note, and so that's what we'll just leave it there, right? But if I decided, you know what, I'm too lazy to put my pinky up on 4. I miss it all the time. I'm going to change it to either a 0 or a 3 on that second string. And then I don't got to change the whole rest of the song. I'm okay with losing one note along the way here and there. All right, let's play the baritone version. Ukulele players, you're going to play these chords and give me 4 beats per measure. We'll try to keep it nice and steady. Baritone players, do what you can. 1, 2, 3. Second ending. Okay. Good little tune, right? Very, very pleasant. Only 30 measures, and the last 6 are decoration. All right, so now here's the next thing to think about, and you'll be out a little bit early today because I have everything almost done in this computer, and at the end of this class I'm going to upload this into the website, and that will mean that all the lead sheets are magically erased. Okay, so I'm going to replace the lead sheets with my full arrangements. So if you have not downloaded any of this week's lead sheets, go ahead and do that. Do it right this second. Go over to the other window and get those open, okay, and get them printed out so you can work on them. And then before the end of the night or first thing tomorrow or whatever, print out or at least get a hold of whatever you're doing to turn music into playable thing. Get the updated versions. I didn't change the dates. If it has a TuffUke on it, you'll know you have the current version. I'm going to upload all those over the current ones, and the lead sheets are gone forever. And then tomorrow, what I want to do, I'm going to play my versions, and you're going to, either play your version Or two, if you didn't do your homework, you're going to play my version. Or three, you're going to go take a look at your version versus my version and find out, hey, I like what I did better here than what Gary did. Stupid Gary, right? Oh, I didn't know what to do in this measure. Here's what Gary did. Oh, that I can see that. And hopefully it makes sense, right? So that tomorrow we will have 1, 2, 3. We'll have all 4 tunes. I Want to Hold Your Hand, Let It Be, Michelle, and Yesterday that we will just play. Okay, and it'll be hard to get them all in because I also finished another arpeggiator, and I wanted to keep those coming until we're all done with those. And they are in the delightful key of A flat for ukulele, which there will be no time in your life when you probably ever, except if you're hanging around with me, play a song in A flat. Even pianists don't really play in A flat. And then you will also be baritones. You're in E flat. E flat is actually a real key, so baritones have a little bit more likelihood of playing in E flat, but A flat's very, very unusual to play in that. So that's the kind of arpeggios you have coming at you from now on. So that's what I'm going to do. Then after tomorrow, we can talk about, and it didn't even occur to me that for some of you, this will be Friday night when we do this. So we may want to trade Kick Your Fanny Friday for Kick Your Fanny Mondays. In other words, we just do our lessons Thursday through Friday, and then we have the play along on Mondays. I'm open to that suggestion, and plus that would give you the weekend to get really good, right? So that you could play better than I do. So we'll talk about that. I mean, I guess we could talk about it right now. If if you're thinking, hey, chances of me coming on a Friday afternoon, Friday evening are minimal because there's margaritas in the world, and it's very difficult for me to place playing hard ukulele over a margarita. So actually, Monday nights might be better. Monday afternoons for me. The only thing that runs into is that we've got a Monday concert for daytime classes, and then Monday night is ukulele orchestra. So I think I want it on either Friday or Monday, but I'm totally open to you guys helping me figure out whether it would make more sense to move that to Monday. And of course, starting next week, then I will have during the harmonic hour, next hour, I'm going to have make sure all of the stuff, all of the pieces of sheet music that are posted there also works for guitar and ukulele. So that's another thing that you could come and do right after this class starting next week, which might be kind of fun. All right, so that's what I know. We've had 2 weeks of Beatles. I'm going to do one more week, and let me tell you what's going to happen on the next week, which ones I'm going to do this coming week to tempt you into returning. I'm planning on getting lead sheets out for Obla Di Obla Da. That's not much of a song, so that one will be easy. Okay, Penny Lane, a super hard song, and so that will make up for Obla Di Obla Da. I'm going to give you When I'm 64, and I'm going to give you, what was the other one I was going to do? Yellow Submarine. I was going to do Yellow Submarine. Okay, so we'll have 4 more lead sheets next week, and then I think the week after we may take a little bit of time off of lead sheeting and just play everything on our Beatles list, which is now sitting at 17 tunes, and then we may put Beatles in the can for a while. Okay, I'm not a huge Beatles fan, but I know a lot of you guys are, and so I'm never I always enjoy giving out the stuff that you guys like to play, but at some point it's like, all right, that's enough of those guys, let's look at something else. So that's my plan, and that's your thoughts, and obviously this has to work for you as much as it has to work for me, and so please let me know what things are working for you, what things are not, and you guys are never shy about letting me know what's what. That's the problem with becoming well-trained musicians, is you start to have opinions and you share them. So yeah. All right, let's see. Pam says, I have a low G, but like your adjustments to 3 and 6. Okay, we already typed out that. Lynn, Beer 30, right? Just love the sound of the baritone. Listening every day is such a tease. They are nice sounding, right? I will tell you that baritones get a bad rap. A lot of people say, oh, you just get a guitar. And that's crazy thinking what the playing a guitar is 100 times harder than playing a baritone ukulele, for lots of reasons. But if you know how to play ukulele, you don't know this maybe, but you know how to play baritone ukulele. It gives you a couple of extra notes, and it gives you that deeper, more resonant sound, which sometimes is quite lovely. It's not all there's. I still do not think it comes close to a real ukulele, but I do think there are times when that sounds nice, and especially if you get together with your local ukulele group and you walk in with a baritone and you know how to play it, you're going to be the most popular person there. I know every time Cindy walks into a room, and people are like, "Oh, thank God, Cindy is here," and so. Has that ever happened, Cindy? Yeah, baritones are the thing. The other nice thing, baritones are not very expensive. They all sound the same, and they start about, I don't know, a decent one starts about $200, and a really decent, a really nice one's about $350. So, they're not crazy expensive. My best baritone I spent $900 on, I think, and it sounds exactly like this one. So, so there's that. Let's see, Evelyn, great tune. Thanks, Gary. Yep, absolutely fine, Evelyn. Good to see you. Sandy, I like Kick Your Fanny Monday. Gives you a chance to get Thursday's lessons. Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing is it gives you a little bit more time to get ready. Some of you actually practice, right? And then we'll give you the weekend to mess around with the songs before we actually play them. I like the Monday final night idea. Okay, so Mondays are a couple of people. Okay, Cats for Fridays, but I'm open to whatever. And Cat's always very, very get alongable. Linda, I'll do whatever you tell me to do. See, now that's when things get dangerous, Linda. Deep down inside of my head, there's a troublemaker, right? You might have guessed. Pam, I'm open to either Friday or Monday, regardless. I'll be in on Friday. Okay, good. Yeah, I know those of you on the East Coast, this is nighttime there, right? Michelle, I like the idea of Kick Your Fanny Mondays. Have the weekend to practice a little more. Okay. And Cindy, not so much. Okay, guys. All right, you have some homework to do. I have some posting to do. Make sure that whatever you want off the website. Lead sheet wise from this week is you got in your, make sure you get your lead sheets out and printed out, because I'm about to make them disappear. Okay, so there we go. I'm pulling the plug. I got 20 minutes to get everything posted. God willing and the creek don't rise, I'll be successful, and I will see all of you guys tomorrow, and we will play through all of the tunes plus the new arpeggio. Okay, so have a wonderful afternoon. Random act of kindness. You're planning something silly for somebody on this weekend. You're getting your vaccine, or you're getting your vaccine. We're not going to talk about being safe anymore. Get your vaccine. You're practicing a little bit. You're top level players. You got to practice a little bit. You got to keep showing up. I don't know where else you're going to get. I don't know what else you're going to do. If you are logged in, if you'll hit the thumbs up, I'd appreciate that. If you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, my goodness, one of these days I'm going to get to 1,000, and then that's when they start sending me free puppies. So tell your friends to come subscribe to my channel. I don't know. It's been a long, we've tripled the number of subscribers I started with, but it's just been sort of this slow little slog trying to get to 1,000. And I don't know. Apparently something magical happens when you get 1,000 subscribers. And of course, all of you guys are already, I assume, members of JollyRogerUkulele.com. If you're not, go read that subscription page. Pretty important stuff that we got going on. All right, guys, let's see. I'm going to pick up where I left off. See you tomorrow. Lynn, thanks for everything. Linda, I've been working on the arranging in the morning. If you wait till the afternoon, the brain doesn't. Yeah, get up and get your arrangements done early, right? Get them in there, because then you have the rest of the day to noodle with them, right, and see if they work. I am retired and not out partying. Whenever the group does that. Yeah, this is what Nancy says. She lives in Florida, right? I'm not out partying. Yes, she is. She's totally out partying. She's on the car, out, doing this on the through the sunroof on her cars. You see those videos from Florida. All right, Linda, you're walking in just as we're wrapping up. Have a great day. Glad you made it. See you tomorrow, Pam, Antonio, Michelle. All right, everybody else, I'm pulling the plug. Have a great day. Peace.